today to chat with each of you about sensing energy, and I'm really excited about it. This is like one of my favorite topics because it's something that I spent, I don't know, I'd say about 13 years. I don't want to say perfecting because that's not what it is. It's fine-tuning what sensing energy is and how the angels and energy will come and communicate with you in ways you are likely having happen, but you don't even know that it is happening. So today's all about bringing that into the forefront so that you know how they are communicating with you. And yesterday I had several bits of information coming in, and also this morning. So if information is coming into my head, what would we call that? Would we call that clairsentience, clairvoyance, clairaudience, or would we call that claircognizance? So claircognizance is when you have information. You may have, a water bottle pop into your head, and all of a sudden you go, oh, I forgot my water bottle in my house. Thank you, angels. Thank you. You may have a sentence that pops in your head, and you're like, wow, I wasn't the one that was thinking that. And in the beginning, you'll know what claircognizance is when you know just the right thing to say to your friend that is coming to you for guidance. And it just kind of comes out of you, and you're like, wow, that's pretty amazing. It's teamwork, even when we don't realize it. Our higher self, our team of angels, our spirit guides, they're angels. They're all assisting in the moment. Because if you ask for help, they will help you. It's just a matter of picking up on their vibrational frequency and the way in which they are communicating with you. Yes. So clairsentience is what a lot of us feel all the time. We feel it in our body, right? I feel when something feels right. Yeah, that feels good. I'm going to go in that direction. I'm going to listen to that person's guidance. I'm going to take that job offer. But when it's tight and pulled back, maybe you got some nausea in your tum-tum, that's when you basically know maybe that's not the right path. Maybe I shouldn't listen to that person's guidance. Maybe I shouldn't take that job. Always, always, always follow what your internal guidance system is telling you. Always. Most of the world is operating on what they think is best. Oh, I have an idea. I think that this is all good. They're up here. How everyone communicates with me is primarily in the beginning was in here, feeling heart space, chest, heart chakra. I've got my grounding necklace on, but I feel like I have to take it off. Because I need to not be grounded at this moment for some reason. There we go, that's better. Yep. But just before I went to bed last night, I put that on. Thank you, Ashley. And she sent that to me, and I put it on last night for 2 hours, and then I passed out for 11 hours. So that necklace, I love it. But right now, I don't feel like I need to wear it, so I took it off. Okay. So you got clairsentience. Most of the world is operating up here. What's going to make you different is operating here. Because this is how they communicate with you. Unless you're going through your day-to-day and they pop some claircognizant ideas into your mind that you think are pretty brilliant. Where'd that come from? Where'd that come from? Then you have clairaudience, which took some time to form. Some people have it like that. Some are born with it like that. I was not like that. That was the third one to come online for me. That was something that I had to work at. It didn't happen overnight because this was so busy all the time. That's why the meditation is so important. But also, even before I started to meditate, I would sit and create still moments. So when you're sitting quietly, you don't need to have thought. You can sit and space out. Space out like you did in high school. That was the best part of high school. Just teasing. So sit and space out. Focus on your breath. Your thought will try to go over here and you'll be like, oh, yeah, there it goes. And you'll come and bring your attention, your awareness back to the stillness. And then it'll go over there. And then you just gently bring it back. And gently bring it back. And gently bring it back. And gently bring it back. Focus on your breath. And focus on your heart chakra. You don't need to have thought in your mind all the time. In fact, you can select the thought that you have in your mind, if you like. And you can select to have moments where there is no thought in your mind. It's a beautiful place to be. It feels like your mind is not running the show anymore. You are the still observer of your thoughts. Okay. So, still thoughts, still moments, stillness in your mind. Very important for peace, for grounding. Hi, Ashley. I had it on, but I took it off because it was too grounding, and I thought, oh, I gotta float up here a little bit more. So, I'm going to go through some things that I want you to write down on a piece of paper. I channeled these yesterday and today, and it's really important that you have a pen and piece of paper with you when you're going to work with me today. So wherever you are, go and grab that pen and piece of paper because you need to know how Spirit is getting through to each of you to communicate with you. So that's number one. You need to write down, jot it down so you remember, oh yeah, that's how my angel was getting through to me last time. And it will change and evolve and grow over time as your channels open further. And also, I have some channeled guidance here that I would like to bring to the forefront. When I'm practicing channeling in the beginning, I would ask for yes and no as a response to my question. So I call this yes and no questions. So your job is to practice. You're practicing in the car when you have alone moments. You're practicing in the bathroom when you're on the toilet. You're practicing when you're having a nice hot bath. You're practicing when you got some quiet time in your bedroom. All those quiet times is practice time. You're practicing. So, yes and no questions. Is it best for me to take this job opportunity? Okay, so you're going to sit. Maybe your strongest clair out of the four might be clairsentience and claircognizance, okay? The clairaudience and the clairvoyance maybe haven't kicked in yet, just like me. I'm no different than anybody else. So these two are your strongest. So you're going to sit with a still mind, and you're going to feel it in your body. What is the answer? What is the response? Is it open, light, or is it tight and pulled back and closed off partially and maybe got a little nausea? How do they do that? How do they make that feel in your body like that? Because they, your team, can put energy into your chakras and open and expand them, or they can partially close off your chakra and pull back tight, making it tight in your chest. Maybe your head feels like it wants to pull back, and tightness in your stomach and nausea even, it may be part of it. And then you can ask them to take it off. I've got the answer, thank you, you can take that off because it can be really uncomfortable. Okay, so other ways that you may get an answer, you might get a yes. You might get a no. And the first thing you're likely going to do is, did I hear that correctly? I'm not sure. Is that right? I don't know. So what I developed with my angels is a system of threes. Yes, 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 no, no, no. So what are the chances that your ego is going to be like, yes, 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 no, no, no? Okay? So, is it best for me to go to the gym today? Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, dear one. Is it best for me to go to the gym twice a week? Yes, yes, yes. Is it best for me to go to the gym 3 times per week? Not at this time, thank you. But in the beginning, they'll say no, no, no. Okay? Hi! You're sneaking on your break. I love it. Woohoo! So, I love that. So, you're going to practice with yes, yes, yes responses or no, no, no. Okay? And you're going to practice with the way you feel. Okay? So, now we're going to talk about double confirmations. Okay? So, when I'm channeling for someone, I'm not just listening. I'm actually feeling. I'm seeing if they're putting any information, like any images in my head. For each of you that are starting out, I can't say highly enough how important a deck of angel cards are. Why? Because you'll use these for the rest of your life. And they act as a bridge between you not quite being certain in your head to I am totally certain because the angels guided my hand to this card and I know I got this correct. This will be the bridge. This is what you want in the beginning. I can't stress this enough. If it wasn't for this, I wouldn't be here where I am right now. It is the stepping stone to get me to where I am right now. Now, do I use these as often now? No. My angels tell me you don't really need to use these as often. But when I'm doing a double confirmation, I'm asking, should I be going to the gym today? I'll hear it. Maybe I'll see the gym, or maybe I'll feel pulled and it'll open in my chest, in my body. So I'm feeling clairsentiently, I'm getting clairaudiently. That's a double confirmation. How would I get a triple confirmation? So in the beginning, maybe you're not seeing. So what would be the triple? The triple would be the cards. So you may feel it. You may not be hearing right away, but you can get a double or a triple confirmation with your deck of cards. How do they operate with the cards? How do I use my cards? Because when I got the deck, I was like, oh yeah, now what? Oh yeah, okay, Comes with a little booklet, and now what? What do I do with these? Pfft. What do I do with these? I fanned them out, and over time, I started to recognize my angels' energy around me. Every time I broke the cards out and I fanned them out, here comes the angels' energy, and I started to recognize their frequency. Another reason why these are so important, because you will start to feel your angels' energy. Then I would place my hand over the deck, and the angels will, you'll feel their energy in your head and down your arm and into your hand, and next thing you know, go ahead, Agnes. Agnes will do this. I am not doing that. Go ahead, Agnes. She does that. My angel Agnes does this. I do not do this. She temporarily operates my finger to the card in which is best in that moment. She'll even pull out certain cards, okay? And it'll be this card will lead into this card, will lead into this card, and it's a whole series of communication. That is another reason why these are so important. How do you get from where you are to where you want to be without a bridge? This is your bridge. This is your bridge, and this is where you want to be. So, anybody who has walked this path, who has another way of doing it, I love to hear about it. But the easiest path is with a deck of angel cards. That is my opinion. Okay? So when you fan them out, what's the other way that you can do it? You still your mind when you're channeling. Still your mind. If this is like this, I don't know, am I doing this right? I'm not sure. What are you going to do? You're going to create a still moment. You're going to ask the earth to help ground you. Go outside and ground yourself, then come in and use the deck. The other way that you can feel when you have a quiet mind when using the deck of cards is you'll feel a tingling. It'll feel like a pulling or a tingling or heat in the tip of your finger, or your finger will go down. So over time, what happens, the more that you use this deck, the more your finger just operates and goes down to the card. So important. All right. So I'm talking about double confirmations. That would be a triple confirmation. So the angels can communicate with you through scent. They can communicate with you. If something seems really highlighted in your life, like, how do I explain this? Here's an example. I was chatting up a young man from Ireland, and we met on a Crohn's and colitis chat site. And it was so comfortable for me because I finally had some people to talk to about what I was going through. He had Crohn's, I had colitis. What's the difference? Pretty big difference. Crohn's can affect you from your mouth all the way down. And you can get fissures and obstructions, whereas colitis is what I had, only affects your large intestine with polyps and internal bleeding. So we started chatting for 9 months, and he said, I entered this contest with the poopy bag company that was creating my poopy bags. I think it's Coloplast. Anyways, he went and entered this draw. The first, I can't remember what the first winnings was, but he won the second. And what was the second? Free air flight anywhere in the world. I'm like, really? That was highlighted for me. How exactly did he enter this? And he has a free flight anywhere in the world. So then he came here to stay with me for 10 days. We had a magical time. We went up island. It was amazing. And he was drawn to Canada, and we were drawn to each other. And then he went home to Ireland, and that was that. He started to date another woman who lived in the east side of Canada, in Ontario. And I was like, oh. So you see, they work and they operate behind the scene, okay? Now, this gentleman that I was dating from Ireland now lives in Canada with his new wife in Ontario. So also, that helped him to see Canada and get a feel of it, right? And then he moved to Canada on the other side. It also helped me to see him with his poopy bag and get accustomed and feel this out, because it was a prelude of having my own poopy bag for a year before I had my second surgery. So when things seem really highlighted and very emphasized and kind of unique and out of the ordinary, pay attention to that, because you don't know. It's a prelude of setting things up for things to come. They're all laughing now. That's how they operate behind the scene. The angels can make miracles happen. He got a free flight to anywhere in the world, so of course he was going to come here to hang out with me for 10 days. Okay? So be very aware of certain things that are very highlighted. If you want help, ask them to help you with whatever you want, and then you leave it up to them. The how is not up to you, it is up to them, and they will make it happen in ways you can't even possibly imagine. So there's really no point in trying to gauge what that would be like. Okay? Because they are miracle workers. Like winning a free trip to Canada. All right. Okay. When you're going to practice channeling, If there are things that are distracting you, loud noise, a lot of running around, this and that, maybe loud music, maybe your mind is running like crazy in that moment, probably not the best time to practice channeling. You know, maybe you just pounded back a Slurpee and a chocolate bar, and now you're working on M&Ms. Maybe sidestep the channeling in that moment, because the caffeine and the sugar are going to ramp you up, and your mind is going to be racing, your adrenal glands are going to be racing, you're going to be racing. Maybe not the best time to practice channeling. So create relaxed, still moments in your day-to-day. Like when you first wake up, when you come out of meditation, when you wake up and you have that peace over you and you have more of a stillness, that's the time to practice channeling. You can play pleasant music. You can burn some incense. You can light some candles. You've got your glass of water with you. Always got your spring water with you. Always, always. I know. I'm the same way, Edgar. Same way. I just feel irritated and so you want to create the environment that is best and conducive to channeling as well and sensing energy. Most of us, I feel, are not actively channeling because our minds are racing like crazy. So it's your job to create a still, peaceful environment in your life. Be aware of what you're putting in your body and create that still peacefulness. Anything that's bothering you in your life experience, focus on it if you need to, okay, to address it, but don't let it keep running amok in your head. Shift your attention off of it, okay? You're not gonna build Rome in a day. You're not gonna solve all your problems. In fact, some of your problems are best for your angels to solve for you anyway. So hand them off to them, let them work on it, and then you just relax. You don't know when the next batch of money is coming in, or maybe somebody gives you something that you can sell to make money, or maybe you get a place free rent for a year. You don't know when these things might unfold in front of you. Before you, they do. So hand it off to them, let them work on it. So the more high vibrational you are, the more you focus on the high vibrational things in your life. You know, we can focus on the negative or we can focus on the positive. Those are your two choices. So which one's it going to be? Which leads me into giving your attention to fear. I mean, do you really want to live your life like that? It's interesting when I'll have individuals come to me for readings and they're so rigidly stuck. I say, how's that working out for you? Are you enjoying that? Are you enjoying your life being like that? Are you enjoying giving your attention to thoughts like that? And they say no. Every single time they say no. So what are we going to do about it? So that's my question to each of you. What are you going to do about it if you don't enjoy those thoughts? What are you going to do about it if you don't enjoy that fear? What are you going to do about it if your ego is running your show? Put the ego in the back of the car. Okay, because the ego's needed. I mean, you do need the ego, okay? But you don't need it in the passenger side beside you. Right here. Get in the back of the car. Okay? You don't need it in the passenger seat. Anybody who says, yeah, we got to get rid of the ego, I'm like, good luck with that. I mean, you need it for obvious moments in life, like, you know, sensing when, you know, certain energy is, you know, when you're walking at night and you know, like you've got to use the ego and you've got to operate from a primal stance at some points in your life, but you don't need it operating and running in the background of your mind, creating fear and resistance at every given moment. No, you don't. But again, that's when you go to your still thought, tune out, focus on the positive. If you can't see the light in your life, what would you suggest then? If they cannot see the light, if they cannot see even the simplest, most enjoyable things in their day-to-day, what would you suggest, Agnes? Taking a nap. That's what she suggests. Have a hot bath. Decompress yourself. Go outdoors into nature. Ground yourself. Yeah, it's all about decompressing yourself and getting into that place where you're more relaxed. I hope it's not glitchy for everybody. Good old Facebook. All right. So when you continuously give thought to the fear or the uncertainty, and you're constantly giving thought to that, that's more of what you're creating. So you can come off that train track and shift over here, okay? My angels know what's best. My higher self is helping me. I'm just going to step off, trust and have faith. I don't feel entirely confident in this moment, but I'm going to fake it till I make it. Fake it. Fake it till you make it. I love that saying, because even if you don't feel entirely confident in this moment, you will feel confident. There will be that point where you'll make a turning point. You'll come over the bridge, and then you're going to be like, oh my God, I'm getting this. This is amazing. Oh, finally, I'm getting this. Many of you are already having those moments. I'm getting it. Yes. So when you have a low vibrational thought, I want you to ask yourself in that moment, do I want to create more of that? Do I actually want to manifest that? That's actually what I want you to do in the moment. I want you to actually do that. I want you to sit back and observe that thought, and I want you to ask yourself, do I want to create more of that? Yes. And if it's slow and steady, fantastic. Does it have to happen overnight? No. In fact, being the still observer of your thoughts is a gradual, day-to-day process, monitoring your thoughts, monitoring how you feel, monitoring your vibrational frequency. It's a day-to-day routine. Okay. Yes. It's so important to get enough rest. You don't want your energy to be stretched, okay? And then it's thin. And then life isn't entirely enjoyable when you're tired all the time. So I see such importance on this that I'm really going to stress this and emphasize that whatever it takes to get that rest, you do it. If you have a newborn, there are people that can come and help throughout the nights so you can sleep maybe two nights out of the week or 3 nights. You can have a friend come and help. I mean, whatever it takes, you make it happen. I think, I remember Jesus saying to me, you're a mini maestro, Kristen, and I was laughing. And I think, you know, whatever is thrown my way in life, I find a way around it. I don't sit there and go, oh, this sucks. Oh. And that's it. And then I sulk. I used to do that. Now I sit back and I see the obstacle, and the first thing I do is I give thought to some different scenarios as to how to make my way around it or through it. And then I consult my team with my ideas, and then I see, okay, what is best? And then I ask them, if I take this path, what are your thoughts? If I take this path, what do you see there? And then I go with what feels best, and I always make my way through. I never sit back and just sit in my victim pity party. Did that, wrote the book, made the movie, no, it doesn't work. So how long you want to sit there in that is entirely up to you. I personally have been there, don't like it, don't enjoy that vibration. So I say, well, How am I going to make my way through that? And the more you do it, the more you make your way out of the victim boohoo pity party anyways. Thank God for that, right? It is a board meeting. I have a board meeting with my team multiple times a day. And if you can't, then you're using these. I have an issue with this. Let's pull the cards on this topic. I need your guidance so you can tell me through the cards. Okay. Yes. All right. And the last thing I want to say is don't take things too seriously. My God. I even catch myself. If I get into something and I'm like, I go, wait a minute, come on now. You're getting a little too worked up over this. You need to step back a few steps. This is going to be temporary, a brief moment in the, short-lived life you're going to be here on earth in this body, in the entirety of the eternalness of your soul, of your being. How long are you going to fixate on that for? No, I've done long enough. I've fixated on it long enough. That's one of the things I catch myself doing. And then I just turn my attention and move in another direction. So don't take things too seriously. If you need to in the moment to address something, go ahead and do that because it needs your attention. But then we kind of tend to let it rotate in our brain for far too long. And if I say to myself, am I going to remember this in 5 years' time? No. Am I going to remember this situation or this person or this event or whatever in 5 years' time? No. It's always going to end up, the answer will always be no. Then, okay, how much longer am I going to let it rotate in my brain now? Not much longer. All right, so we got our pen and paper ready. And we're going to see about what they'd like to do next because I love spontaneity because I don't like taking things too seriously. I plan what needs to be planned, but I like a large part of my life to be spontaneous. Do you know, it was interesting. Before the age of 21, everything was very much more, because that's how my mother raised me. And then I dated a man that was 5 years older than me, and he was so like spontaneous about everything. Oh my God. We used to go on these adventures and have all this fun, and nothing was scheduled, and I loved it. And it really taught me a lot. Like, don't take life too seriously. Don't schedule things too much. Chill out, relax, enjoy yourself. This is supposed to be fun. This life experience is supposed to be enjoyable. Yes, you're going to have moments that test you. Maybe you've got health issues that you're going to need to address. But how long you go there for, how long you fixate on these things is entirely up to you. You are the one who is going to manifest that if you want. I love spontaneity. I love being spontaneous. I love doing fun things. It breaks me out of the mold. I don't want to know what's going to happen tomorrow. I don't want to think inside the box. I'm an out-of-the-box thinker. The box, as an indigo, this would drive me nuts. Oh my God. Kidding me? I'd be like, all right, so where are we going? Let's practice with your clairs. How are they communicating with you? What are you feeling? So you know that spirit communicates with you. You've been channeling your whole life. You just aren't aware that you have been. We all are channeling. Now I'm just teaching you to actively channel. Some of the ways that spirit gets in contact with you, what are some of the ways? Oh my goodness, you guys are talking. I love it. So what are some of the ways that spirit gets your attention? Hello? Is anybody in there? I want to talk to you now. How do they get your attention? Lisa, let's sit. What is your strongest clair? Is it clairsentience, claircognizance, clairvoyance, or clairaudience? Take 2 out. So what are the last 2 that you think are that you feel are your strongest? So if you feel like clairvoyance isn't it, if you're not seeing images or you're not seeing sparkles or orbs, that's probably not it. If you're getting yes and no answers in your mind, then that might be one that's developing. Do you get information that's just put into your mind like that and you catch in on certain information? Do you get a feeling in your body that's open or tight? You know what feels right and what doesn't feel right? Likely clairsentience. You tell me, what are your 2 strongest clairs? Okay, yeah, tingling. Okay. Tones. It's like the volume goes out and comes back in. It goes loud and then goes quiet, or it just goes quiet, like somebody's got their hand over your ear, or you get ringing in the ear. You can get a lot of energy in your throat chakra that'll make you cough repeatedly. If you ask them to step back, I don't like this coughing, and it dissipates. They're knocking on your door. That's your team trying to get your attention to try and talk with you. If you all of a sudden get lightheaded, whoa, a little dizzy, that's likely because an energy has entered your energy and is creating a dizziness. So what are some of the other ways? Sounds like you've got 3 strong ones there, Lisa. That's awesome. You have more than what I started out with. Yeah, ringing, cupping of the ears. Some people will get like strokes on their face or pressure on one side of the body. If you have pressure, or it even can feel like some pain a little bit, because energy will come right up against you to get your attention, and you'll go, oh. And then you can ask it to step back, and if it does, that's likely your angel getting your attention. So much high vibrational energy up against your body can create a little discomfort because you're not used to it. Music, yes. I love like the humming and the singing, or playing certain lyrics, and then the song that repeats in your head with those specific lyrics, that's them giving you a message. Yep, waking you up in the middle of the night, that's cool. That's awesome. And I'd be writing those words down. I wake up in the middle of the night and sometimes I'm like vibrating like this as energy is coming in. Or I'll see light, or I'll see a sparkle trail. I mean, my God, can we list the things that they're communicating with us? I mean, they're trying to get through to us. They're so trying to get through to us. Yeah. You know, that's interesting that you say that, Elizabeth, because there will be times where I'm sitting and I'll hear a specific bird outside my window, and I know it's very highlighted. I know it's like a comforting type of bird song that I'm getting from my team, like everything's all right. And it's very soothing, and I only get it once in a blue moon. Yeah, I get the strokes. Or in the hair. Yeah, or pressure on your upper back. If you get pressure on your upper back and your neck, that's a prime indicator for me that someone is attempting communication with me. Or tingles, shivers up your back or your whole body. Goosebumps, yes. Cool. Trudy, you wake up with lyrics? How amazing is that? Yeah, and it won't quit. You'll get the same lyrics over and over, and then finally I'll be like, I get the message, you can stop putting in my head, and then it stops. Yeah. Pressure on the right side, pressure on your back and neck. Everybody seems to be getting this, eh? And tingling in your throat. That is like you're that close to hearing what they're saying, so you could sit quietly and say, go ahead, form the words. And they will form the words in your voice box. Okay, it'll also be up in here. So then you just write it down and don't second guess it. Okay, do not second guess it. Even if you got it completely wrong, they'll correct it within the days to come. They will come in again and again and again until you get it right. So they'll tickle, 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 tickle. Okay, we do it again and again and again and again. The key is that you step off and you just keep going with the flow and you keep going. They'll correct it if it's wrong. Don't care. Just keep going. Keep going, keep going, keep going. And sideswipe any self-doubt or I'm not sure I'm getting this right. Out the door it goes. Yeah. Oh, I remember getting into an elevator once and there was a penny in every corner and I was like, really? And that was after I channeled the angels for my friend. And I get in the elevator and there's like, and so if I just got in the elevator that day and there were pennies, I wouldn't have thought about anything. But the fact that I just channeled the angels for a friend of mine, and then I get in the elevator and there's pennies in every corner, which is the only time I've ever seen pennies in the corner of the elevator the whole 2 years that I lived there, I would take that as a sign. Oh, isn't that interesting? Literally. Yeah. Yeah. Well, and sometimes you want to do something or you want to move in a certain direction because you think it's best, but they think otherwise. So they'll guide you intuitively, instinctively to shift direction. And in fact, they will when you get practicing with them, right? And you start turning to them more and more and you start practicing hearing their guidance, you will start to pick up on it more and more. And whether you get it right or wrong, it won't matter, okay? Because they're going to come in and they're going to correct you in the times and the moments ahead. Yeah, a lot of us are getting, oh yeah, number sequences is another way that they really get through to you repeatedly. Yep. Yeah, the tingling on the right side of your body is likely your angel's energy right there, getting your attention. Oh yeah. And practice asking, okay, we'll move it a little closer. Make your energy more expanded, please. What would you like to say to me? Tune your mind out. Break out your cards. If your mind is busy and you're thinking all the time, the chances of you picking up on their guidance in the beginning is not as prevalent as if you were quiet. So that's what you're aiming for. As soon as you're trying to hear what they're saying, you're just relaxing. Relax. Tune out. Let them form the words. Okay. Okay, so with everybody, each of us are different because my channels are, a certain way of being open. And, like 2 years ago, my crown was coming in like this, right? And then Jesus opened it to here. You are all going to be uniquely on your own paths, okay? So the way that I am getting information is going to be different than somebody else. I'll maybe get the strokes, you get the sensation on the side of your body. We're all different. So we're going to have an energy step forward for each of us, and it will not matter if you're watching this later or with me right now. Because they don't have time or space constraints whatsoever. They are omnipresent beings of light and love, and they can come forth and work with you even when you watch this at a later date, okay? So go ahead. Who's coming in? They're cracking a joke. Okay, go ahead. So if you relax your mind, where is the energy coming from? Is it coming from above you? Is it coming from behind you? Is it coming from your left? Is it coming from your right? That's the first question. Where is the energy coming? You'll feel like a buildup of energy coming up or above or beside you? Where are you feeling the energy? So we're not going to get into who's coming yet, but we're going to see where the energy, what direction are you feeling it coming in? Tune your mind out. Feel it. Feel the increase, the pressure, maybe warmth of energy. Where is it coming from? Go ahead and type. Is it coming from above you, beside you, behind you, below you? Where are you feeling it? Or you're not feeling anything at all. Okay, from above, Lydia, into your heart center. Awesome. Summer, left side. Awesome. Yes. Behind and above with tingles. Left jaw. Top of the head. Wonderful. Yes, you're feeling Jesus. G is also feeling Jesus as well. We'll see here in a minute. You're feeling it from above, Alyssa. Top of your head. There's a theme here. Okay, in front, more on the left. Okay. Yeah. I'm feeling it coming up behind me and above me a bit. So does it feel lighter? Lighter energy? Does it feel feminine and light? Or does it feel a little bit more heavier, maybe more denser, more masculine feeling? Does it feel masculine or feminine? Hot? Oh, you're getting hot cheeks. I'm getting hot cheeks too. Hot. Right set. Oh, upper, yep, in your neck and shoulders. Top of head again. Right shoulder. You're feeling masculine. Okay. Now, and I also want to make this known, okay? If you're feeling feminine, that's okay, because you may be feeling another energy in your presence. There could be multiples. Doesn't necessarily mean you only have one. Heavier, assertively loving. Yes, same with me, Edgar. Coming up behind me, now it's up here more. The energy does feel very calm. Heavy, strong energy, neither. You don't feel either, okay? Okay. Okay. So, I mean, if I'm feeling one thing and you're feeling another, you could just be picking up on your team of angels. You could get an androgynous type of feeling where you feel the energy, but you're not feeling masculine or feminine, and that could mean that your angel is androgynous. Heavy in my head, yeah. Upper back feels light. Okay, is this energy coming through as masculine or feminine? This main one. It could be multiples with you. Masculine. Masculine is what I'm getting. I'm feeling masculine too. So what is that? I hear it, I feel it. That's a double confirmation. I could break up my deck of cards and make it a triple, but that would be too long for me right now. We're moving along, okay? Now, when you were relaxing your mind, you may even see, what does this energy look like? Relax your mind. Let it form in your mind. What is it wearing? I feel energy of eternal peace, patience. What colors do you see? My temples are tingling like crazy too, a lot of pressure. Yeah, yeah. How tall is this energy? Does this energy have facial hair? What color is the skin? What color is the clothing? Mm-hmm. That's what I see too, Miriam. I see white as well. Mm-hmm. Very good. How tall? You can even ask, how tall are you? How tall are you? Yeah, white and bluish. Beautiful. I am also getting a beard. Over 5 foot. Mm-hmm. Beautiful, Sherry. Oh my God. You're getting white. I'm getting white as well. None of us are wrong. Okay? None of us are wrong. My filter is different than your filter. My chakras are open in a certain way that yours are open in this way. I pick up on information this way. You pick up on information that way. We're not wrong. 5'9". I was getting 5'8". Wow. 6'2". Someone's bragging it up there in spirit. Bluish, no beard, tall, beautiful. But do you notice the theme here is blue and white? And it may be presenting with beard, may be presenting with no beard with you. Yeah, 6 foot. And often, you know, when I first started to see spirit, I saw everybody's being really tall. Like 6 foot, 8 foot, 9 foot. Everybody was so tall. And then I basically, that kind of adjusted over time as I was seeing and feeling. Oh, beautiful. And that really could be an angel coming through with this energy, Devada. A tall, slim angel with blue, silky dress and long white hair. It could also be one of your angels. You know what's funny, Paula? At first I got 5'7", and then I heard, we'll make it 5'8". But again, yeah, wavy hair, cool. Everybody's getting brown hair. I'm getting brown hair. Amber green. Sometimes it's interesting, I'll get brown, and other times I get more like a lighter blue or green, depending on how much light is emanating out of the face. So in one moment I might just get more of a calm energy and I'm seeing brown, and others I'm getting a lot of light coming out of the face. I'm seeing a lighter colored eyes. Yeah, beautiful. Okay, so who is this? Who is it? Who's here with us? Okay, one person says Jesus, second person says Jesus. I am feeling Archangel Michael too, to be honest. Jesus again. I think Michael is making his presence known as well as this other energy. Your big bro JC. Yeah. Beautiful. Do you know I see them with harps? I'll even hear harps. And I hear them singing with harps. That's not a far stretch. They do like to sing, and they like to dance a lot. Okay, so it is Jesus. Who else is here with Jesus? I do feel Archangel Michael expanding his energy. And the reason why I think is because Jesus is here and he's communicating with Archangel Michael over here. So Archangel Michael's hitting me with his energy, but he's not talking to me. He's talking to Jesus. And I don't know what they're talking about. They let me know when they want me to know. Now they're laughing. Okay. What is what is the message coming through? It'll be simple, short, simple, short. What's the message that Jesus wants you to know? You might see a symbol or a color in your mind. You might you'll feel a feeling. The energy will shift around you. Anybody else want to have a gander as to the message that's coming through? Shanda, you are loved. Elizabeth, love. Edgar, love. Summer, trust. Bernadette, love. Companion, love. I love you and inner peace. Trust. Because the message he's going to send through you is for you. And the message he will send to me is for me. Is meant for me. So the message I'm getting is, okay, so this message is for everyone. Trust. That is what he wants to talk about today. Trust, dear ones. Trust. Trust that you are receiving the words, the images, the feelings, the thoughts accurately. There is no wrong way to do this. And Kristen is correct in saying that should you receive the guidance in, he doesn't even like saying incorrectly. He says, should you receive the guidance slightly askewed from the original guidance coming through, this will be altered in the days to come afterwards. So fret not, for you will not receive the guidance incorrectly. He doesn't like saying that word. Okay? You can't get this wrong. You just can't. And that's what I realized after years with the angels. I was like, okay, it's more me getting in the way here. I just need to let go, trust and have faith and be positive. Be uplifted and positive about it. And that was it. Just trust. I put all my trust in my team of angels. Beautiful. Beautiful. Yep. That sounds exactly like what Jesus would say. Be strong, things will change. They will alter. This, in this moment, is just this moment. But if you want help, they will help you and things will change and they will make it change. They will help you change. They'll shift your thoughts. They'll shift your energy. It's amazing what they can do with you. Amazing. We think we're all here by ourselves, when we have no help. No. It's the furthest from the truth. Okay, we'll catch you on the flip side, Tracy. Just like Tracy, she's having scents of like Aveda shampoo. Well, it's a strong, punchy scent. It's coming out of nowhere. They got your attention. There you go. Okay. He's saying, I would like to practice with my team. Okay? So it's you and Jesus time. He's really happy about this. That's cool. Okay? What is the next message that he has for you? Short and sweet. Okay? We're not talking about a long book. We're talking about a nice short message. What is the next message Jesus would like you to know? So go ahead and type that out when you have it. Do you guys notice how peaceful it is right now? It's so peaceful and quiet. Do you also notice this on my face? That's because I slept 11 hours on my pillow last night and it's still indented. I woke up, I was like, what? Be brave. I'm getting a thumbs up. Divine timing with Summer. Thumbs up. You are ready to receive. Oh man, Vicky, if I told you how many times I've heard Jesus say that. Feel me, recognize me, feel my energy. Yeah, Devada. That'll be 99% of the 99% of the very first thing someone will hear when they're channeling is we love you. Trust yourself, trust your heart. You are never alone. Truth, you are never alone. Divine timing again, the same message as summer. Christ consciousness is here. I agree. Remember this feeling. I've heard him say this to me before. Remember this peace. Remember this love. The stillness. You feel how, do you hear how still it is? It's like there's a buffer of energy in between me and the outside world. And that's Jesus. He's everywhere around me. Keep practicing. Excellent, Alyssa. Work at it. Same message, Trudy, as Alyssa, pretty much. Elizabeth, come to me. And he was smiling. He does that. He will open his arms and say, come to me, and he will embrace you. He will hold you, and you may start crying. Kirsten, it is so wonderful to feel it. Yes. You could just bask in this energy forever. It's like as if you're sitting under the sun of pure bliss, of rays of love and light. All will be revealed. I have heard him say that so many times, Sue. And now come the tears. And it's good to release and cry. It's so good to release and cry. Next week I'm going to be bringing to the forefront red rooming, and that's another way to release. Crying is one way to release these emotions. Red rooming is another way. It's a little bit more abrasive, a little bit more direct. And I'm also going to be talking about triggers. I'm going to be talking about when something triggers you, what do you do about it? Do you just sit in it? Or are you going to do something about it? I'm going to show you how to red room when you have a trigger you. So you might get triggered with emotion of sadness, or you might get triggered with anger. So that's your moment. Oh, here's a learning opportunity. There's a wound here that needs to be healed from the past or wherever it is. What doesn't matter. I'm getting triggered. It's telling me I need to release this, and I need to release it in order to heal it. And then I'm going to show you how to red room. Yeah. His love for us is so immense. It brings you to tears. It's eternal. He has been here with us all of this time, helping us. Over all these millennia, in all these different bodies. And he refuses to leave because he's here helping us, and he's going to continue to help us until some of us can take his spot, take his role, and then he can move on. But he has been here all along. And I see him as a big brother in spirit. I don't see him like the religious type text, the book, the man-made book. I see him as a being of light and love that has a great amount of wisdom. Am I going to listen to that wisdom? You bet I am. You bet I'm going to listen to this wisdom. The light he has can heal you. It can bring you such peace and such joy. I remember asking him to heal me of, the alcohol abuse I was putting upon myself at the time. And then he guided me to a prayer, and that prayer helped to remove any low vibrational roots that were influencing my thoughts to think about alcohol. Once those were taken off my back, then I wasn't thinking about alcohol anymore. And then he just continuously worked on me, healing me, and helping me focus inward on self-love more and more and more. It's a great pleasure, it's a great honor, and it's a great joy to work with this being. And this is why I bring him to the forefront. He teaches me daily. Daily. And he can be very pleasant and enjoyable, but there's other times he can be very direct. He's not stern with me, he's just really direct teaching me. Yeah. And then I sit and I ponder his words. And he's right. Yeah. There was one time last summer I got really upset. And I was to help another light worker, and the light worker and we had a bit of an explosion. It wasn't good. And I was so upset. And Jesus was explaining, you know, we really need these action steps to take place. It's not just about you. It's about the collective. When you help this light worker, you're helping many more, because this light worker from your help is going to help everyone. So it's not just about you. And I'm like, I'm not doing it. And you know what Jesus said to me? Okay, Kristen, you do you. And he left. Because I was having a tantrum. He's like, all right, you do you, Kristen. And I was like, So I got over it. I am still moving on from it. I know what they're asking me to do. They're not relenting. My angel has told me, if you don't step forward and do this, I will make things uncomfortable for you. I'm like, damn it. But that's how important this is. We go together. No one is left behind. You can't just walk. Sometimes they do ask me to walk. Your time with this person is done. It is time for you to move on. But with this person, that I'm not going to be naming names, it is not over yet. It is not done yet. And they will not let me walk on this person. Even though I'd really like to, I can't. And I won't. And she will make it clear to me when it becomes very uncomfortable, when she partially closes off my chakra for days on time. Who's going to win out on this? I already know my angel's going to win out on this. I already know she's going to win. So I've got to get over it. I've got to move through it. I've got a red room. I've got to tap. I've got to release this and heal from this, so that I can be the best version of myself to help this other light worker, so that that light worker can help the masses as well. It's not just about me. Yeah, I have to agree with you. I don't know. It's all these beings of light and love have their own unique signature energy. My angel's energy is so loving and embracive, and just like 100 mothers' love for me. She is pure love. It's not that she just loves me. She is love. And that is what we are. We have a percentage of our soul housed in this body, and pure light and love, a being of light and love, learning and growing in this experience. Jesus is a whole other being of light and love. It's magnificence. It's just like, there are no words to describe this love. There's no words that could possibly describe it. It's something you want to sit and ask him to bring forth and encompass you, heal you, work with you, love you. You don't have to ask him to love you. He is pure love. You are pure love. He will just love you eternally forevermore. No matter what you do or what you say on this planet, doesn't matter. They will never hold that against you. There is no forgiveness to be had at all. This is but a temporary experience in which we are learning and growing in this big school. And then we're going to cross over. We're probably going to have a lifetime review. And what a fun time that's going to be, right? Yeah, okay. Yeah. But, you know, you're going to see it through the eyes of everyone that you were in your life experience. You'll see it through their eyes, too. Oh, you'll get it from all angles. It'll be a good time. Great learning experience. Isn't that the truth, Edgar? So I'm helping, I guess, to lift up and illuminate another light worker's light. I'm getting super hot. When you have this kind of energy just maintaining its frequency right behind you, he can open this up even more if you want him to. But I forewarn you, if you're around people, you might cry your head off. He will open this. He's laughing. He can open and expand even more. He'll take it to the point where you can't quite take it. You're hanging onto a piece of furniture, and then you'll have to ask him to step back. But he will open it to that point if you like to practice with him. Practice. Yes, he knows, this light worker does know this. This light worker is also very dear to Jesus. And this is also, it's not just about me helping this light worker, but it's also this light worker is here to test me for me to become stronger. So in fact, you know, often the guidance from Jesus is you think that you're here to help this light worker, but in fact, this light worker is here to help you too, to strengthen you for the days to come. I'm like, but I don't want to be stronger. I don't want to be tougher. But you know what? Let's just see how it goes. Again, it's one step in front of the other, right? Not everything is going to happen overnight. And if this person is to test me to hold my own vibrational frequency steady and not get as rocked, this is probably going to be good for me. So you can react or you can hold steady. Count to 10. Do some tapping in the toilet. And then be like, I'm red rooming. And then red room. Can't wait to show you all red rooming. Oh my God. I'm going to show you how to red room with a certain person, an event, situation, multiple people, and when it's best to red room, which is when you're triggering. Oh yes. Oh yes. Red rooming is going to be so much fun next week. You guys are going to see a whole new side of me you never even seen before. You got to turn the fan on? Yeah, I'm on fire because he's holding and maintaining his energy. He's just here patiently watching. All right. The last message he wants to relay for you is this. The love for each of you is eternal, forevermore. Nothing you say or do will ever sway, shift, move, change this. He's laughing at all the words I chose. I think he chose a few, and then I thought I was adding a few more in there. But you can't get it wrong. No. And if I do get it wrong, you'll know you're getting it wrong because it'll be tight like this. And you'll be like, okay, can we do it again, please? Let's do it again. And practice again, and practice again, and practice again in those still moments. Okay. Call upon me should you need me. Practice with me. He says he's always here because he is an eternal being of light and love. He's omnipresent. You won't bother him, and he's not too busy for you. Okay? So call him in when you'd like him to come and practice. He says, I love you. He's not just saying it, I'm feeling it. And I'm hanging on. I'm not crying. I'm not going to cry. Deep breath. Oh my God. He says there is so much more yet for each of you to come. He wants you to continuously practice. Practice always until it becomes more fluid. And trust that you are receiving the guidance accurately. Always. He says, Amen. Beautiful. Beautiful. It is a great honor and a great pleasure to have this energy in my presence, in all of our presence. Beautiful. You are so welcome, everyone. You got a little 2 cents on what's going on in my life, hey? A little dirt. So next Wednesday, I'm coming on to do red rooming with each of you. I love this technique, okay? It is a wonderful way to release all that gunk you've stuffed down, all those emotions that you're stuffing rather than getting them out. So then you're brimming, your emotions are up at the surface, and you go through day to day like this, and it's very uncomfortable. So we're going to release that so you can get some relief. You can feel relaxed, and you feel less pity party, the pity party and the victim party and the fear and the worry and the doubt. All of that into the light. Goodbye. And then you'll have it come up a little bit from time to time. You may. And then you'll be like, there you go, into the light. Until there is a moment where you tip the scales and you are predominantly in this vibrational frequency instead of the old vibrational frequency you were in. And what a beautiful place this is to be. All right. I will also be coming live this Sunday. I'm practicing with Alyssa and Jessica. And then I'm going to be coming live next Tuesday. My apologies. Look under events. It's Tuesday in order to practice red rooming with everybody. And it doesn't matter whether you watch this in the moment or later on. Doesn't matter. So you go ahead and watch it as if it is real time. Okay. Woo! Alyssa's looking forward to practice time. It's going to be so much fun. Okay, have a wonderful day, everybody. We're in the hump week. You only got 2 more days, and then you're out of there. Bye.